This is Dean from the Dominguez team here in Fremont, and we're going to talk about how we can give for sale by owners the market edge. I talk to a lot of for sale by owners every day, and for many reasons they want to sell their house themselves. I'm going to go over some of the challenges involved in selling the house themselves, and in return I would like you to please consider hiring a professional for what could be the most important sale of your life, which is your own house. So we don't give tax or legal advice. Consult other professionals for these services. So by not listing, you attract the very buyers who are trying to put the commission in their pockets. They know very well that you have a commission cushion and that the price is not firm. They can force a compromise with you because you are not paying a commission to the realtor. So you're pretty much on call 24/7. You're trying to sell a house without a realtor, and you'll be on call day and night with your number listed in your advertising. You'll also pay for your signs and advertising, and you're on your own to deal with problems, hazards, headaches, and legalities of selling a home. For example, if you show your property and someone slips and falls on the water hose out in the front porch, do you have insurance to cover that? There are various disclosures and release of contingencies that go on in the process of selling a home. Listing without a realtor means you are responsible for making a binding contract with the buyer that must hold up in court. So are you, the seller, a neutral party that can honestly present your house in a disinterested manner, something very critical in getting your house sold? What if you fail to disclose something or mistakenly oversell or guarantee a feature of the house that is in disrepair? These situations very often present conflicts of interest if the seller acts in the capacity of a salesperson. Can you keep the deal hot? Do you have the sales know-how to follow up and keep the deal going? Do you know what it takes to keep a buyer interested without seeming over anxious to sell? So when a buyer sees a FSBO sign, you can expect an opportunist. Buyers will compare your house to others in the market and try to lowball you. If you list with the Dominguez team, losing a buyer is not so serious because we have an intensive marketing plan to capture as many qualified buyers as possible. Selling a home yourself means qualifying a buyer. You need to read pre-approval letters and proof of funds and make a judgment if the buyer is qualified. You need lender resources in case the buyer needs financing. Do you have lender connections to save a deal that's falling apart due to lender non-performance? Well, with us, we have the resources, we have the connections to help you. What happens on the weekends? Well, you, the spouse, and kids may need to stay home to show. Inconsiderate buyers will just show up anytime, and even worse, they might not even have the intention to purchase. The Dominguez team will hold open houses regularly and have a lockbox that only trusted realtors can access, saving you the trouble. So there's looky-loos, they're not serious. There's bargain hunters who are seeking weary sellers who just want to sell for cheap. There are scammers and thieves who will contact you and try to rob you, which is very sad and unfortunate. And lastly, there are serious shoppers who want to live in the property and they already set the cash aside to invest. You got to set aside advertising dollars, and that's critical for the marketing process. You also need to have a customer relationship management system to track your leads and see who's hot, see who's not. And lastly, do you have a sphere of influence ready to market your property? The MLS is made up of 5,000 realtors, for example, and each of those realtors have their sphere of influence. On average, those realtors might have 10 buyers, and if they do list your property or they do learn about your property, they have buyers ready at hand to make a purchase. Do you? So buying before you sell could be a little tricky. You're essentially getting a replacement home while selling your own home, and you don't want to end up in double jeopardy. That just means you paying 2 mortgages simultaneously. The Dominguez team will help you navigate through this buying and selling process, making sure we secure a buyer and then help you find the replacement home. We do not want you to be in a desperate situation. That's about it. If you have any questions, comment below, visit our website, like us on Facebook, or if you like our presentation or you've used our services already, please rate us on Yelp.